Okay, real quick, I'm going to do a sample of different ways that I do different techniques with tissue paper. I'm going to use a dryer sheet and tissue paper that has some little, if I can find the camera, little glitter in it. And then I have plain white. And then I have vellum and I have a dryer sheet. So this side of my board is gessoed. And we're going to start right here. And at first, because it's going to take a minute to dry on the sheets. So I'm just going to tear. Probably should make it go back just a little bit more. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to tear this sheet. And what I'm going to do is on my mouse pad, my old Yucky mouse pad that I use, I'm going to take black Memento dye ink. I'm going to stick in a stamp. I'll just get it stamped up. And then I'm going to stamp on it. I like doing these in my mixed medias paintings. And I like doing it until all the ink's off. Because you can see, which I'll show you in a second, the difference in the, some looks kind of shadowy, you got the darker, you know, it gets lighter and all as you do it. And I have not filmed in a while, so please forgive me as I try to get myself back on track. Okay, so this one's going to dry for a second, and then we'll apply it. Next thing I have is, all right, that's my little glittery paper, which I got from the dollar store, and I love going to the dollar store. I went to the dollar store, and I love their tissue paper there. I get all kinds of tissue paper there, and you get all kinds of different colors. So I'm going to do a white and then a blue one to show you the difference. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my black, and I have this stamp, and I'm just going to do a corner, ink up a corner of that, and I'm going to put some on here, as you can see, because I'm just going to show you the technique, maybe a little bit more for the next one, and then on the blue one, same thing, because I'm going to use a different color. And this is why I use old, because you see what happens. I get it all, I get ink all over everything. Now I'm going to use Adirondack Cranberry. And you know what? I forgot I never opened this yet. I had the other ones open. But guess what, Cranberry? You're on mine today. If my hands worked well and we could get you open, we'd be in business. It's taking a lot longer. Why wouldn't it for me? Why would things go easy and me seem professional? Because I didn't check beforehand, that's why. Okay. Okay. Here we go again. Adirondack, Earth Tones, Cranberry. Hello. Comes off. I'm going to do it on the opposite side to get the ink on there. Do some there. And you see the color. Nice color. And then we're going to bring this bad boy up. Ink him. Okay. So this is going to be the tissue paper. Just cover my ink pads because they'll end up all over my arms. Now, generally, if I could get to my heat gun, I would probably hit them with this, with the heat gun, so it doesn't smear. I probably should, and I'm probably not going to do a service for you guys showing you this, but get down. Okay, so let's take this one since we did it first. I'm going to turn it over the opposite side. I'm going to take some matte medium. Give a little swirl. And put it on. All over the paper. Just leave a place to peel up. See, I can see it's still wet. But, like I said, I can't get to my heat gun. You want to hit it with your heat, because then it'll set it. But just for argument's sake here. I'm going to lay it down. Pull the bubbles out. I think I have a dog hair in there. Could very well, because my dogs are here with me all the time. Give it a light brushing over. And look at that. Alright, that's just a stamp. And that's just regular black ink. Now, we're going to do the blue one with 2 different colors. I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to lift it up. Going to kind of lay it like that. From the middle out, from the middle out. You can see it wasn't dry all the way, but you get the point. Hit it with a hairdryer or a heat gun. And you see how that is. And I'll do a, you know, now this right here where it looks like it's black or whatever, it's just the end of the paper that I probably should have cut off, but I didn't. It just, to me, that adds when I do mixed media. And the next one I'm going to do in regular white, and I'm going to use words, so you can see that one too. And then we have this bad boy that's on the white paper. And again, just going to do my matte medium, and you can use just a simple matte medium. You don't need a fancy, I mean, you can use your Mod Podge, whatever y'all dig to glue your stuff down, because this isn't nothing major. And this will stick over colors, just to kind of see, so you can kind of get the idea. Do you like bubbles? Maybe, maybe not. If you're lucky, before it starts setting, you can pull the bubbles out. Let me try to move, because I'm moving it as I do it. Yeah, so that's that. Plus, after you get this on here, it'll be a coat for your next layer, if you choose to do another coat. Okay, next. Oh my God, my dogs love being in my art. Okay, I'm not going to fuss over that. So far we have this one, which is on a, and it looks like it's in the background, really. I mean, if you would have been, if you're a little bit more cautious than me and make sure all your edges and everything are down. Okay, you have the blue. And that's cranberry and black. And that's on blue tissue paper. Then we have over here on a little bit of a background color, the cranberry. And that's just white tissue paper. All right, now we're going to do, oh, you'll be so glad that you asked me when I'm done with the video. All right. These are old dryer sheets, which I have way too many of. But I use them for so much. Okay, so it's just a dryer sheet I cut into, I really got to learn these dimensions better, that I cut into a square. I'm going to put on here, and I'm going to stamp. Let's stamp. We'll just do our black since I have it here. Now you can use permanent black pen or whatever color you want. I'm just going to do a word because I grabbed 3. Now you can see underneath it went through. I'll cover that with gesso. I'm not worried about that. As I do this as a background. I guess I could stamp on my... Dang, didn't realize it. We'll just do a quick... And it's because it is kind of see-through in a sense. So if you want to do a saying and you have smaller, you know, or you want to write by hand, I would do it on the tissue paper, which I'll do next. All right. So I'm going to leave that sit for 1 second. And let's do on the tissue paper. This is with my Faber-Castell Pitt Big Artist Big Brush Pen, which I love. So I will write love. And this is just regular white tissue paper. And my E extended because, I don't know, it felt like it. Now, here's our vellum. Let's see what our vellum does. I'm just going to take our vellum, tear a little picture. Now, here's a tip. Your vellum, you want it to go, mine will go through the printer. If yours won't, take double stick tape, and whether you want it on, and whether you want to put tissue paper or whatever, double stick tape it to a regular piece of printer paper. And make sure you put it in the printer so when it prints on what you want it to print on. Okay, and I should have probably, maybe tomorrow or something, I'll do a real quick demo of me printing out on a piece of vellum and showing you how to do it. But you just kind of double stick it, you know, just in the corners and in the middle. Nothing fancy. Run it through the printer. And then you have your text on here. But again, you know what? I wanted to get this kind of done to show you the, oh my goodness. Nobody talks to me all day. I'll have to read that in a minute. Okay. So that's a 3 texter. So I'm just going to color in a heart. Leave that dry on the vellum. Now, like I said, again, the heat gun, which if I could get to, I would heat it. Let me stick a B on there just because. And a G. I like the background. I'm going to be using this canvas as a painting, so let me just, if I can see it's still wet. So let's do this one first. And we'll do it over here. I'm going to take some of my glue medium. You know I sit here all day and nobody bothers with me except my husband. Now I got my sister, my brother-in-law, my girlfriend, which I don't mind. Come on, baby, stick. Just pat that bad boy down. Chances are you're going to have to put another coat on of this one because it's webbed. You can see it also smears underneath, but it's webbed. So it really needs to, I wish I could find my roller real quick. I'm in the middle of cleaning and arting and getting journals caught up, and I have 20 million things going on. Class, everything, like all kinds of stuff I'm doing. So, now you see how that is? Now, again, this really is going to have to dry good before it lays flat because it's a fabric sheet. But it also gives you really great texture once it's dry to go over and put stuff. So I got to leave that dry. Quit playing with it. I love using dryer sheets in my stuff. So that's that. And like I said, for something like this, I would, oh gosh, I'd go over it with a stamp or a crayon and almost see the words, but not really. Here's our love sheet. I'll just put it right here. And again, I promise you I will type from the printer. I just wanted to give you guys a few ideas really quickly. Here's the vellum, and I hope it's all the way dry. This would need hit, and not very close with the heat iron either because it'll melt the vellum, which some like that look. But in this case, I just want to give you a quick show of what it would look like. And like I said, then I'll do a quick add-on later. Come on, bad boy. Now, something I like to do when I do things like this, whether you want to stamp on it, just got to hold it down for a minute. Whether you stamp on it or I like to decorate around it. This is a very thicker. That's why I love tissue paper. Tissue paper, it works so good. Because it just sticks wherever you put it. This stuff's a little bit more fussy, but it's nice. It definitely adds a different dimension. You know, I am in a hurry. If I would have prepared a little bit better, I probably would have been a little better off. But again, you got bubbles. Squish them out. I'll show you this one when I'm done. Like I'll do close-up so you can see. And you'll be able to see this, the dryer sheet, how cool it looks as it dries, because you can see the underneath. So imagine you have a nice color underneath here. And then you put this on, and I'll show you up close as it's drying because I can see it and I love it. But I can see like the vellum. You know, you might want to take your roller and, you know, when you first put it on. But you get the gist, and that's what I want you to get. And like I said, I will do the ink. So, let me just show you real quick. Again, this right here is regular tissue paper, just stamped, and it has glitter in it. This is blue paper, stamped, and it has nothing in it, just blue. This is, where are we at? This is vellum. Okay. Learning left and right, Cal. This is the dryer sheet. Now let me see how close I can get you to see as it dries. If you can even see. Might have to show you when it's all dry. But if you look above bag, you can see the underneath of the canvas coming through. And it's really, really cool looking. Once that's completely dry, I'll show you when I do the other one. And then this is just tissue paper, which really, if you really, like I said, flattened it out and used your time, to do that, you wouldn't even know. So printing out ink, you know what I mean? That wouldn't be an issue. And then where are we at? Right here. And that's just white tissue paper stamped. So those are a few ways I love to do it. Let's see if I can back it up. Nope. And that's, I mean, that so far is what, as easy as that is. And like I said, you get to see a bit of the colored tissue paper. You can write with a permanent black pen, which Faber-Castell is great. You know, and like I said, my advice to you is to, once you stamp, to make sure you heat it with the heat gun before you put it on here. Because then it won't smear. Like, I really didn't have too many smears. Except for this, which only because I stamped on, and that should have been hit with the heat gun, because it's just not accepted to take. I could have put a just clear gesso on it. That would have worked too. So that's what I have so far. And again, I'm going to take my vellum and my tissue paper, and I will connect it to a whatchamacallit, you know, piece of paper to the printer and print something out, and then we'll do that and finish up my background of my NewMix Media canvas. So thanks for watching, and I hope you learned a few things, and probably by the end of the day I'll have the next video up. So thank you.